I'm Traveling John, and I'm going to travel and sketch. Join me on the adventure. We're starting our adventure in the Sierra Nevada foothills in our hometown of Auburn, passing through the Central Valley of Sacramento, and then going through the eastern portion of the Bay Area to visit a portion of a South Bay city called Santa Clara. We're back at Santa Clara University and enjoying the beautiful purple color coming out on the Wisteria at this time of year. Last time we didn't see this, but this time we're experiencing it. Now, along this pergola that goes around the mission, some of the wisteria is white and some of it is purple. The white is not blooming right now, but there are the rose bushes that are blooming above the pergolas. So we're going to be traveling around here. I'll be taking some more photographs, so I hope you enjoy, and then I'll be going into the color as applied to the sketch I did in the last vlog. I'd like to share with you some of the history of this area. It was not always a part of the United States. At one point it was a part of Spain. And Spain had the territory that is now California and also Mexico. And the Roman Catholic Church decided they would like to build missions in this area. They sent Padre Junipero Sierra to build those missions. He built many throughout California. The one that is now Mission Santa Clara was started in January 12, 1777 by Father Junipero Sierra. It wasn't at that exact location. Actually, it was a little bit different just down the road. But today, in 1822, it was established in that site that it is today. Now, it went through a lot of changes between 1822 and 1850. First of all, it was Spanish territory in 1822. Then it moved over to the Mexican territory later down the road when Mexico won its independence. It owned California also. And then in 1850, it was moved, or actually, the control was changed to the United States government. And so all those changes took place, and also changes took place in who was running the church. Now, the Jesuit order of the Roman Catholic Church took over Mission Santa Clara in 1851. And they had some great visions for that mission, and one of which was to start a college. So that became the first higher education college in the state of California, and is still a renowned university in California and throughout the world today. So those are some of the pictures of that university and campus that I've been sharing with you. And in my sketch, in my black and white sketch, I hope you noticed that there were 2 students there walking down the pathway. And that, of course, is because of the influence of that university. Now, in 1926, there was a devastating fire that took place on the mission at that time. And it changed things, so they rebuilt the mission with earthquake-resistant concrete. And it looks similar to the mission at one time, as you can see in this artwork, but it is not the original construction. Now I'd like to switch gears and talk to you a little bit about the unique methodology I'm going to use in creating the artwork of the color rendition of the black and white sketch I did in the last vlog. So again, I'm going to be using the canvas material that I talked about in the last vlog, and I'm going to be using a colored pencil and a water wash on that colored pencil, that watercolor pencil. So, but I'm going to be doing it once again on the light board. So I'm going to be, as you see me working, I'll be putting down the black and white sketch copy in a light paper on the light table, and then I'll be starting doing the watercolor and the watercolor pencil on top of that. So I hope you'll follow through with me as I go through that process and join me at the end of the work. This is my computer screen, and you're going to watch a video of me producing the color art from the watercolor, including that ink line sketch. So this is the ink line sketch over the original watercolor that I worked on. I changed the color of the background a little bit, but the major thing I want you to realize is I picked up the color from the background by choosing all the black artwork. I'll just use my selection tool to show you what I mean. I selected, oops, wrong one. I selected all that ink line. I went down to the base artwork. I copied it, and then I put it up front. So I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to deselect so you can see what I did. So there I did. I picked up the background color, I brought it up front by selecting it, and then that's the effect that you get. Now the other thing I did too is I changed the watercolor a bit. I lightened up the inside portion to give it more of that sunlight effect, and I took some of the yellow out of the background going around. Can you see the difference there? And I also add a little purple in certain areas and intensified the wood. I made this a little bit more gray for the old pillar that the wisteria is pulling down. So that's some of the changes I made. Now, the next thing I did is, if you remember, I made a sketch of just the leaves, and I copied that, I put that in here and colored that was black green. And I also darkened some of them that are down here, some of the leaves. So those are the wisteria leaves. Looks a little sparse in here, but once those flowers are in of the wisteria, you won't notice that. So here's the wisteria flowers. If you remember, they were white with a black outline. Now they're white, and I changed the outline to a dark purple. So that's the wisteria flowers I've added in. Now what I'm going to be doing, or what I did, past tense of course, is I added some color to that. That's a deep purple, and I lightened them up with a highlight of white. And again, I'm always using that black and white original artwork to specify certain areas, and I can show you, I believe, just by showing you on this color by what I did. Let me get up close to the color. This is a solid color. I use a selection tool to choose all of that color. I'm gonna view fit on screen. Now they're all chosen, and I'm gonna view, I'm gonna show selected edge. That's still selected, so that what I could do is, with the airbrush tool, is I could just add a little white and, where I wanted to in those flowers, to give the more realistic effect of those beautiful flowers hanging down from the wisteria. I also add a little a highlight, excuse me, that's the highlight. I added an inner stroke to those just to make them a little bit deeper and coloration. And that inner stroke was used by using the dark purple outline and then doing an inner stroke. Some of you understand what that is from a Photoshop filter in the layers that you can do. I'm not going to go in detail about that, but so the finished piece looks like this, because what I did is I used one of my favorite filters, which is a Pixelate Pointilize, and that gives it a nice effect, a nice flowery effect. I love that Pixelate Pointilize. It brings it back into almost a more of a natural feeling. I softened some of it on the outer edges to bring in more of my line sketch. We can zip back in this direction so you can see more close up. View back, fit on screen. Now, the next thing, there were some of those beautiful red flowers in this area. Again, I started off with the black and white. It has a stroke, a black ink line stroke around it. which I used in the black and white sketch, but in this case I'm using that ink and I'm changing it to a color. I'm using a dark red for the black and a lighter red on the inside. Very vibrant red flowers, deep red. And then again, I use a little pixelate pointillized in that to give it a flower texture. And then I combined some more red flowers to that, and red flower intensified was right there. So that's what the final effect was, right there. Now going on, I keep going back and forth, fit on screen here. Down in here were some really nice soft flowers, and black and white is a little bit strong for those. But I want to show you what those look like. So again, that's a black and white ink line sketch. I did the flowers on a separate layer along with the red ones. And in this case, I made this portion of that one artwork white with a black stroke on the outside of that. And then I made that color. I softened the edge by doing a light blue around the white flowers, and then again I did little pixelate pointillized on those to soften it a little bit. View, fit on screen. So now we got the red flowers, the white flowers, and the last ones are first of all the bird of paradise, but I put the leaves in. This is the leaves in black and white. This is the leaves as I colored them, and I softened the edge. So that's my nice heavy dark leaves of the bird of paradise flowers that seem to grow, seem to be very happy in Santa Clara. And then the flower itself, that's a black and white. Again, take it from the black and white sketch. And that's how I added the color. I'm gonna go up close to these a little bit so you can see how I did that. So I used the black and white flower. I'm gonna go back. Remember, this area is white. I chose that area and then I colored that in according to how I wanted it to look. The yellows and the reds and the blues. And then I wanted to give some effect to the outer area and the part that is not being chosen right now. So I go back to black and white. First of all, I go deselect, and then just pick up a little bit of what I know is black and white. There, I think that's what we got. Yep, it is. And then I added the color I wanted in that area to give the effect. In here was more of a white edge, but then it went darker as it went down. Same as with there and there. So I'm going to take the deselection tool off so you can see that. See the white? I was able to get that effect by choosing again the black and white artwork, choosing that with the selection tool, and then coloring it in on the layer above. Sounds sort of simple. It takes a little bit of time though. So there's the finished piece of artwork. So that completes the work of this color rendition of the black and white sketch, and here's a viewing of the finished artwork. Sort of helps not to see it on the software program. And if you would like to see some of my other finished work, I would encourage you to go to my website, TravelnSketch.com. And there's quite a variety of places we've visited and sketches and artwork that I've done there. Plus, you can also view some of the vlogs. There's links to those too that are on YouTube. Now, thanks again for joining me on this Travel and Sketch adventure, and I hope you come back. I hope to do some more Travel and Sketch adventures throughout California in the near future. Take care and have a great day.